gentlemen, to Reality of Wrestling 141. You will find the link below in the description so you can watch it for yourself and you can rate it yourself. I've been trying to do that for the last 8 to 10 minutes, kept botching. It pissed me off I kept botching this damn thing. But let's get to the show, and my apologies. I'm sorry that I didn't do 140. I really was not feeling very well. Being in the condition I am in, it's not easy for me to walk around my home. I have a bad hip, I can't walk, and a bad knee that truly gets aggravated and agitated by the weather. So I have been in a lot of pain. And then on top of that, like I'm sure many people have done themselves, they have been sick, they've been taking care of it because this weather was so varied so much. Went from super cold to warm as hell to cool, then cold as hell again. At least in New York, easy to get sick more than once. You think you're alright, you're right back in it again, and I'm sorry, I'm basically rambling. But I've been sick, and I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. But this show was way better than the last week's show. The last week's show wasn't that great, but it was alright. First thing I'm going to talk about, yes, they had animations with names on it for almost every match. The last match of the night, they didn't have animations for it because everyone knew ahead of time who was going to be there because of the interviews they had, generally. And the promos, the video packages, not the well, they did do one promo segment and one video package. One promo for Rex Andrews and one video package for Tempo. They did do that, so people already knew. But for everyone else, they got animations with their names, finally. Please, Ro, please, Booker T. Charmel, you know you need to have names with animation because not everyone's going to be able to hear what the announcer's saying and understand their words on TV. Because in the audience, of course, you kind of get a good idea because you're there. You already know who the wrestlers are. But for people who are watching this live or recorded, if they can't hear the announcer say the names properly, they're not going to know who they're dealing with. Now, the interviews. Interview, I couldn't stand. Gino, Manino, Joaquino, whatever. The guy sucks in his interviews. He has better charisma in the ring, and that's stretching it. I'm not shitting on the guy completely. Please understand, he's still very young. He's probably between 20 to 25 years of age. He's still very young. But here's the problem. There are certain things as a wrestler you should understand. They've been doing this for years, over 30 years. Many wrestlers understand this in small promotions and in big ones, especially if they're being shown on television. You are trying to get over to the crowd that is watching on television. You're not in front of a crowd in a ring. You must look at your camera more than the guy who's interviewing you. Gino doesn't get it. Like a lot of people in Raw don't get it. There's a few who do. A few who do get it. But Gino's not one of them who understands it. And worse yet, his character is so bland. He talks too gentle. He talks like he's not really interested. He probably is, but he's talking too gently. I'm Gino Manino. I am a Latin heartthrob. I am this. One, you're not pointing at your face to the camera like me. If I'm doing like this, talking to you, it looks like I don't really care about doing this video. I have to look at you and show you my facial features, show you my face, my body language. As I'm showing right now, I am annoyed. This is what Gino does not get. He doesn't know how to be able to show proper body language while he's talking and actually show more interest in his voice. I am Gino Manino Catino. I am a Latin heartthrob. I am the one who shall truly show the women that I am the best there is in Raw. I'm not even trying to do that, really show how great I am if I was a wrestler. That is just an ordinary promo segment just showing that I raised my voice, I used my body language in my hands, my shoulders, and I looked at the camera. He doesn't get it, and it sucks. Now here's a person who does get it, and that's Jada. She won her match last week, which I felt was a bit botchy. But Jada did win. And she had her own interview. And she understood she had to look at him to a certain point. But she looked at the camera. And she spoke to the people of Raw, saying that I am the best. I don't need to worry about nobody. She showed her intelligence to look at the screen. JJ Blake, he didn't have an interview here. He understands that. Ron Davidson, as well as what is his name? Abel Andrew Jackson, who did a segment with a woman named Sarah. And they're saying, what? Who are you? I'm the one who does on your campaign. He said, oh, you're Veronica. No, I'm Sarah. That was funny. He wasn't looking at her directly. He was more looking towards us. And then Ron Davidson comes out and he said, you know what? You don't need to be here. You can go stepping. You can go off to your future endeavors. You can go and buy something that is going to cheer you up because you're now fired. These types of segments where the people understand how to talk and how to talk in front of a camera is truly fun and refreshing. Now, the segments before the Familia, I felt were very effective. The boss of the Familia is telling the other to leave the guy alone. And his name is what was his name? Mascara. Finally, I know how to pronounce his freaking name. Because I see his name right there. El Mascara. I can actually say it because I can actually see it because we got some animations with some words on it. You have no idea how bad of a gripe that is for me, ladies and gentlemen. I know they have a problem with budget costs. I know they can't always have the animations. But it really helps because if you really want to start getting this show over, you need to let people see who they are. It's not enough. Just maybe once in a while you do an interview and they show the name sometimes. You need to show them at least in the ring. But El Mascara versus Axel Real. I'm pronouncing the names wrong because I'm bad at pronouncing names. I'm sorry. But I thought it was an okay match. El Mascara is a good in-ring luchador. I still believe he's a bit chubby. Maybe he's a much more older wrestler, or he just doesn't want to get in shape. But in the end, he did win his match. And for me, had another moment, and that pretty much the boss is basically saying, I have a plan, stop fucking it up. I'm sorry for all this cursing, but this is basically how it felt to me. Now, what was the next one? Oh yes, the woman who I am shocked to see. Kiera Hogan versus Miranda. Oh my gosh. Kiera Hogan makes me see two people. Alicia Fox and Naomi. Think if Alicia Fox's face was stuck on a Naomi's body. You got Kiera Hogan. A woman who has a face, cute looking face like crazy, with a behind and thick legs like a Naomi. It was shocking to see this woman. I didn't think I would see a woman like that in professional wrestling other than a Naomi. Doesn't mean I want to be a big Kiera Hogan fan. I'm just saying what she is. Now, was the match good? It wasn't bad. She did tear her stocking on her leg. And she didn't look too happy about it because Miranda tore it. Or she could have tore it because, why wasn't she wearing pants? Look, I'm not against anyone who has a behind like that wrestling. There's no problem. It's just like a woman with huge breasts wrestling. I don't care if you're heavy-chested or heavy-butted, as long as you're wearing the proper ring attire to allow you to do what you need to do in the ring. And maybe flash just a little bit because, let's be honest, 18 to 35 demographics do like beautiful women who can wrestle their asses off and really do it well. Now, it looks like Kiera Hogan is still kind of choppy. Miranda was a bit better, but Kiera does seem a bit choppy. She might be very young in the business. But she didn't do too bad, but I do believe that she needs to change her ring attire. Not saying I don't like a nice ass, or a nice pair of boobs, or one hell of a gorgeous face. She has all of that. But if she really wants to let people see her for her, mostly, because they're still going to look at her ass, she could wear much longer pants, not wear fishnet stockings, and go from there. I really believe if she was a little more modest with her ring attire, that would help her in the end going to another promotion. If she wears the same stuff, people are just going to say super ass or ass crack or whatever you want to say, because there was a whole lot of it. Finally, we are going to talk about the match of the night, which was the only match we really got. I mean, we only had 3 matches. We got Tempo versus Andrews. Tempo looks good. People love him. He's done great. I would have thought that Tempo should have won it because he seems to be well over, and Andrews is not that strong of a character. But he did win. But here's the thing. Booker T decided to come out. Good to see him. You need to come out more often. I know he's working with WWE. He doesn't have enough time to really work with his own promotion that he's promoting. So he can probably only come periodically. But it's good to see him. But he brought out a Texas Championship. A Texas Championship. A nice looking title that looks better than the titles the current WWE is using. It makes me angry that Booker T of all people produced a nice title. And he said this to Andrews, look, I want someone to go around Texas and go around the country and represent Raw. We need publicity. I want you to go and represent yourself. And he agreed. He handed over the TV title, and now he has the Texas title. He'll be representing not only Raw, but Texas itself. I actually find this very intriguing, because when it comes down to it, a lot of these smaller promotions, what they used to do, and they still do to an extent, is have champions from other promotions come in and basically do like a special collaborative pay-per-view. And that's what we need. We need more for Raw to get more publicity, to get more traction. It's a good promotion, but it really needs more. It needs more budget. It needs more exposure. And that's what we really need. But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below, and I hope you enjoyed this Reality Wrestling 141. Please give me a comment below. And last thing I wanted to say, I think next week is Rey Mysterio's view. Excuse me. He'll be on Reality Wrestling, I think, next week, because I didn't see him on December 10th. So he probably recorded for December 10th, Christmas Chaos, and it's going to be released on New Year's Day. No, Christmas Day. Might be done. Have a good day. Have a good night.